Bishop Emeritus of the Methodist Church Nigeria, Most Reverend Ayo Ladigbolu, who is from the Agunloye ruling house of Oyo Kingdom, has said that the new Alaafin of Oyo Kingdom will inherit the wives of the late Oba Lamidi Adeyemi. In an interview with Punch, Ladigbolu said he could not answer whether he was interested in becoming the new Alaafin or if any of his children were interested. Okay. The new king will inherit them. Just like one of the whether Ifa priests said that there are some cleansing that needs to be done or carried out before anybody can say, oh, they want to get, or before the wives could be released. And also that what usually happen is that the new king will inherit all of them. Like seriously, yeah, he doesn't know whether his own children are really interested. He said, I have said this for the umpteenth time, that my culture is me, and that is what made me available to the church. My upbringing in the palace during the reign of Oba Shiyanbola Onikekwe Ladigbolu and Oba Bello Gbadegeshin Ladigbolu too, and of course my closeness to Oba Lamidi Adeyemi, who just passed away. You will see that most of my life has been lived within the palace or within the precinct of the palace. That is what enriched my ministry and what made me Ayo Ladigbolu. I cannot separate myself from the holistic embrace of my culture, but that doesn't mean that I will tolerate paganism or anything that is not the way of God, like idol worshipping and so on. But my culture is me. Speaking on late Oba's wives, he said the new king will inherit them, and that is the tradition. But you know things are changing now. Once a woman is married to the Alaafin, they are married forever to the Alaafin. You know the circumstances of life are changing, and we have to adjust to the changing trends. They are married to Alaafin, and Alaafin is not a person but an institution. Whoa, that's what makes it a complicated. But because of modernization, are we supposed to be changing modernization because of a changing our culture because of modernization? And also those who want to go, because that is what is causing problem to us. Some people will tell you that oh, I'm not a Christian, I'm not an Oba, I'm not a Christian, or I'm not a Muslim. No, 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 no. This is tradition. If you know you cannot fit in, don't even go near. Don't go near. So likewise, the wives as well. This is the tradition. So before you go in there, you should know what is obtainable, irrespective of anything. What is civilization? It is what is happening in other people's place. Those are the things we are inculcating in our own culture. We are trying to change our culture to other people. To me, that is not civilization. In as much it's not harmful, it's not in as much it's not taking lives. I see no reason why we'll be changing some of the culture, and that is why our culture has been watered down. We don't even know which is which. The new generation, I don't even know where to belong. They are just floating. This one will say this one, they say civilization. So anybody who wants to, like he said, if you are married to Allah, you are not married to an individual, you are married to an institution, which to me it makes sense. It makes sense. So all these people who are just running up and down, they want to marry Oba because of a one thing or the other. All other things that are attached to that institution, will you be able to cope? But now, by the time, because that is how it ought to be. So before you say you want to go and get married, because even the Oba that just died, he said most of the people, he didn't even marry them. Some of them, he sponsored them in school. At the end of the day, they will not say, oh, because this man has sponsored me, they will say, oh, I want to marry you. That he didn't marry most of them. Most of them just said they want to marry the Oba because he sponsored them in school. So if you know that you want to marry an Oba, you know that you are not marrying that man, oh, you are marrying institution. Another person will come, the person is going to inherit you. So by the time we start saying, oh, modernization, civilization, and what have you, we begin to water down our institution and our culture. That is just the way I see it. There's no two ways about it. So if you know that you don't want to go in that line, you don't even go. Don't go near. Nobody forces you. Nobody forces anybody. They are married. Those wives are married to Alaafin, and Alaafin is not a person. Just like you said, their institution, the new Alaafin will be responsible for their welfare because they are married to the institution and not just a person. That is why the question of who they belong to after the death of the Kabiyesi who married them did not arise. They belong to the Alaafin, but in the light of the prevailing circumstances, we will have to adjust. That is my response. Mhm. Yeah, that is his own response, and he has responded well. Let's see what the people they call Messi or your Messi, something I don't know. The people that are the kingmakers and all of that. Let us see what those ones are going to, what they will be up to, or how they are going to be up to. So if you say I want to go and marry, I want to marry, there are a lot of things that you need to consider before doing that. Wives inheritance, please. When did the women turn to assets and properties in Nigeria? That is their culture. So they ought to have known. All those ones that are just jumping, they want to be this. You think it's by mouth? Wahala, can't they go and marry any man of their choice? Which kind of inheritance is this? You are not giving them new Alafin, part of the wealth of the former Alafin, but you must inherit human beings. What kind of tradition is this? This is a fetish archbishop. What is his concern with the traditional matters? What are you saying? He has his jurisdiction as a Christian. So as a Christian, don't you do my traditional marriage? No, as a Christian, don't you do traditional marriage? You still go to church, but you want to traditional marriage. You should have said the if you are going to church, there's no point for you to go or for you to say that you want to do traditional marriage. So I don't know what some people are saying here. Hmm. Okay. Before coming of Islam, women used to be inherited by the elder son of the deceased, exclude his mother. Islam fought against that idea and made it clear that when a husband died, his wives have the total freedom to remarry any person they are pleased with. To bring back this idea of women inheritance is like bringing back the olden ideology. We are saying if in a family, in Islam, if in a family, we are talking about a tradition. Individual, you can do whatever you want, you can change, but when it comes to an institution, I really agree with this man. That is my opinion. Because anything culture, in as much is not taking lives, is not detrimental to people's lives, I see no reason why we should be shying away from that. So before you say you want to be part of the traditional whatever, you should know what it entails. Well, please let this nonsense tradition religion be destroyed. When did women become properties to be inherited? Because you don't have a deep understanding of how it ought to be. As an individual, it's a free world. You can do all that you want. Some traditions do not make sense at all. No, institutions don't marry. It is the person that marry. Alaafin's an office. The wives belongs to Oba Lamidi at the Eminat Palace. It's like telling us Buhari's wives um we will be married to whosoever takes after him. No, that is a different thing now. So guys, like I said, I've made my own points clear. I agree with the man totally, but some people do not agree with him. So what do you think?